So this video is in relation to a comment that I received on a video that I posted a few days where I was having a Q&A session with a lady called Robin. And I've been asked to do a short video, which is what I will do. Hi Amanda, would it be possible for you to do a short video on the sense of being and the one you mentioned in this one, the one who says, I'm tired. And then the comment goes on to say thank you, and I also say thank you for the comment. I haven't rewatched the video, but Robin is just one of the beings that I've had the pleasure to work with, and I always use the same method. It's just one simple method of attributeless being. And then most of us, because we are always manifesting, we cannot, that's the nature of the actor in the dance, and it's just doing it consciously. So rather than having challenges and triggers that show up, we don't need to have those things. We can just consciously create, and it is effortless, it's beautiful. So that was the 4-week program that Robin and I were kind of going through, and it was just fine-tuning the attributeless self. So we cannot do anything to be attributeless. All that can happen is that it can be pointed to say, well, who are you without the thoughts? Who are you without the mind? Or it can be done through self-inquiry, or it can be, can you just stop and just notice the light coming in? That's who you are. There's no attributes. So there's different pointers into that. But we can't grow into that. What we can do is keep on recognizing it. And the more that we're recognizing it, the more that the sense of aliveness and freedom, and it's just beautiful. It really is, because we're all that, and we've always been that. But we've been giving most of our attention to this sense of me, this false self-image, which is a construct of concepts made by the mind, the emotions and the body, and that's quite a lot of constructs. So I hope this video answers the question or addresses the comment that you sent, because we don't have to be in any special position to be who we are. We cannot not be who we are. We just remove all the concepts and there you are. But the experience of bliss and the experience of walking in the wisdom of knowing that we are not that sense of me, we are not the mind, we're not the body. There's nothing wrong with them. We're not throwing them away. We're not disowning them. We're just not them. They don't belong to us. They arise in us. They arise in the consciousness. And so the sense of being tired, the sense of how old the body mind or the persona, the constructs of concepts, how old, there's a feel, we can feel old or we can feel tired. And so that arises in the sense of existence, which is a step down from the attributeless being. So the attributeless being has no attributes. It's like the space in the room. You can't say anything about it. You can't touch it. You can't even see that it exists. You just know that there's space in the room, and that's who we are. We just know that we exist, but we definitely exist. What we exist as, that's another story. We don't exist as anything. So, but if I bring it to the room, this room exists as a living room. If I go next door, that room exists as a kitchen, but the space in the room is not touched. It's the objects in the room that define the room, that give the room the name, but the space itself has no name. Sorry if this sounds paradoxical or confusing, but we cannot talk about ourselves. We can only recognize that we are attributeless and see that, and that in itself is like the place in which freedom happens, and it also gives birth to freedom. So one of the practices that I take beings through is I ask them to close their eyes, very gently close their eyes, and notice the sense of aliveness or existence. And that's who you are without the me character. However, the me character that says I am tired arises in that. It actually arises in it. So does everything else. So it's probably like The sense of existence, when we keep noticing that sense of aliveness, bliss does arise, because it's a place of freedom, because there's no thoughts and there's no feelings. However, if anything does arise, it's a sense perception of a me or I, because the me calls itself I. And that one can say, I am tired. If it's believed in, then the body follows, because this is why I talk about conscious manifestation. Conscious manifestation is not really, well, it's not at all that you're lacking something and you want to create something other than what life is presenting. No, we are always manifesting, and we manifest with thoughts. Thoughts and feelings create the emotion, and the emotion then goes out from the field, and it magnifies something in exactly the same vibration. So conscious manifestation is recognizing, stop putting that me character in the front to create, because it creates suffering, because there is no suffering, but suffering is a real experience when we believe that we are that me character. And the me character is made up of a lot of constructs of concepts. So I hope that has answered the question about the sense of I am tired, because that I am tired is really anything that's said, the mind records and repeats. Anything that is said, the mind will record it and repeat it. So when we are resting as the attributeless, timeless being, and we are noticing the sense of existence, the me character which arises, there's nothing that we can do about that. Well, we can resist it, but that hurts. So it's to know that we are not that. It's to really keep on seeing that even if we cannot accept that we are the timeless being, at least go to the space of existence, because that's so obvious when the eyes are closed. Just notice, not look. And I think I should say as well, because in a conversation with somebody this week, they asked me, what do I see? What do I see behind the eyelids in that space of existence? Which actually prompted me to see that sometimes when the eyes are closed, people can still seek and look out. No, stop, just close the eyes and go into noticing. No, you notice with the body what's here, the sense of aliveness. It's to stop looking anywhere, just stop and just notice. Noticing the sense of aliveness. The more that we do that, the louder that gets more, that becomes predominant. And then the sense of me is seen, and you will know that you was never that sense of me. So there's nothing to fix, change, or improve. There's nothing to let go of. There's nothing to do. It's just to stop identifying with that which arises, which has a sense of me. And it's very loud and very heavy, because the me sense, which stands on its own, it's just two letters, me. It's perceived me. It then comes with the feelings, it feels like me. It then comes with the thoughts, the personalized thoughts that are commenting, describing, measuring, comparing, preferring. It does all of that. And it's as if it rises up and comes out of the mouth of the body mind. And because we've believed that we are just a body, then that sense of me, there's no space between that and the body. But through through I don't know what to call it, but I do uh, I do programs that unlock the constructs of concepts, so that we can take each part of that me and have a look at it, put some space between all of those constructs, and then you weaken the me, and then you realize the me was just, it's not a thing, it's a function. It's a mistaken identity function. So I often point people to self-inquiry, and I often point people to just watch the functioning of consciousness. Aeroplane again. Every time I do a video, there's an aeroplane. So I hope this helps. But that really is it. This is why there are no solutions for the me character, because it's not real. It arises with all these constructs. Do you know what? Let me give you an example. So when I spoke to, I think it's in the video I posted yesterday. I'm not sure. But it's like thoughts. If we're talking of food, flour, to bake cakes, thoughts can be likened to flour, very light and fluffy. Feelings can be likened to water, and they're two separate things. However, when they come together, they become one thing, and it becomes one heavy thing. That is like what the sense of me is. There's concepts about who we are, born on this day, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is where I was brought up, this is my culture. There's all of that, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with those, but it's not who you are, it's the character. So that, all of those thoughts, and then the feelings that come, there's memories of grief, there's memories of sadness, there's memories of happiness. So they're no conflicting feelings. There's happy and sad feelings. They're conflicting. But the feelings are also separate, and they've got nothing to do with each other. It's just different frequencies, thoughts. So different bouts of flour are being thrown, and then the water's crashing. But if we take the flour and the water to be who we are, it's as if they marry, and then they create the me. Now you've got a heavy piece of dough, and it really feels solid, and it is a real experience. And that's the thing, it's because it's a real experience, we really believe that that is who we are. And the only way to see through that is to give it some space. And there are so many different methods. I mean, the Sedona method is quite good. I did use that. Fantastic book. It just separated everything, and you can clearly see that, oh, flipping heck, yeah, I'm not the mind. No way am I that mind. No way am I those feelings. But the sense of me can carry on running. It's like we polish the ego, and then the sense of me is it's all consciousness anyway, but it can. Uh, it's a character. That's all I'll say. So I hope this helps. Yeah, I hope this helps. Sometimes just listening to the right teaching coming from the right place can help to dissolve that sense of me. There is no one glove fits all, but yeah, sometimes that can do it, because transmitting the information can dissolve that false self-image, and it very quickly, it clears everything up really quick. Yeah. So I hope this helps. Have an amazing Friday, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for the comments. It was a pleasure responding. Thank you.